welcome again to Talking Small Press Comics. This is episode 38, by the way, and that's Steve Keeter with a mouthful of pizza right now. And I'm Larned Justin without any pizza at all. Apparently, I didn't know that we were doing pizza. But anyway,
we'll get to that later. I want to say something about it. This is Domino's pizza.
Okay.
And if you order, and I posted online, I was eating Domino's pizza, and then the pizza snobs came out. Domino's is crap. You know, why don't you eat this one? Have you tried Pizza Hut? There used to be something called Pizza. Never mind. But people are divided about pizza the way they are about politics and religion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I live in St. Louis, the home of the worst pizza ever. And originally from Chicago, I've never found Chicago pizza, no matter what they say, in St. Louis.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I might have eaten. I went to Chicago twice to the Chicago Comic Convention in the.
You might have had some pizza.
I might have had some pizza there.
If you did, you'd never forget it.
I know I ate at the coolest McDonald's in the world there. I was with Wade Busby. We went to this McDonald's, and they had all these, like, 1950, like, 45 RPM records and stuff.
Oh, really?
Rock and roll. They had an old-fashioned jukebox and everything.
Mm.
Yeah. And
well,
Wade himself, God bless his soul, he passed away years ago. Great comic book talent. And but I remember he said, this is the coolest McDonald's I've ever been at. That was Chicago.
Now, if you saw our little update we did, you may remember I mentioned we were going to have an announcement regarding space. That's at the Small Press and Alternative Comics Expo in Columbus, Ohio. Well, the announcement is that the producer of the show, I think he calls himself a facilitator or something like that, but he's the producer of the show. Bob Corby will be right here with us in our next episode.
Yep.
So make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification so you know when that episode is up. It should be about a week. And you will get all the info you need about space because he's the man. He's the guy.
Final frontier.
Yeah. And we're going to space. We told you that, but we're going to be there.
We're going to be there. We're going to have a table. Now, I've never been to space before.
He's never been there, and I'm gonna drag him there.
But Larned has. Larned's been there.
Many times. Oh, yeah, many times. Yeah.
It's just I'm way down here in Florida. And way up there in Ohio.
Oh, I know. Yeah. And, it's a good drive from here. So
we're going to work it out this year.
Yeah, we're going to be there unless something major happens that we don't know about. But other than that, we're going to be there. And Bob will be here on the next episode. So make darn sure you're here. If you're interested in space, or if you're thinking about being an exhibitor, or if you just want to go and check it out, maybe you live near there and have never heard of it, which I kind of doubt, but you might have. So, like I say, stay tuned. Go ahead, Steve.
I did drag out. I don't have a lot of Bob's zine. Well, I had more, but I lost some in moving and stuff like that. Should have some more of Bob's own small press comics to
Back
talk about.
Porch Comics. That's his logo, Back Porch Comics. Yeah.
And he's got a great website and everything. And we're going to be talking about his comics. We're going to be talking about space and asking Bob about the history of space.
Right.
And what
he's been doing it. I don't know how many years. We're going to find out. He's been doing it a number of years.
Yeah. So, one of his main comics is O Comics.
O Comics is part of space. If you're an exhibitor, they ask you to send something in to O Comics, and then it'll be at the show. Yeah.
Yeah, and this one is cool. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this because we're going to be talking to Bob next weekend.
Yeah, right. We'll let him tell us about it.
This particular issue.
That was Hope. What year? Does it say what year that was?
By any chance? This is
last year.
Recent, 2021.
Last year, okay.
There's a couple
2 years ago. 2 years ago.
A couple of different comics that deal with hope. I'll show you very quickly a story by a Brent Bowman that he did called Pandora. Pandora. And it has to do with opening Pandora's box. And Pandora's box is open, and you know that all the evil that mankind could possibly fear, jealousy, strife, hatred, it all escapes from the box.
Oh, look at that. Woo!
Interesting in this story, they close the box. It's actually like a bottle.
Like a genie bottle, yeah.
Yeah, and they close it at the very end, and there's one voice left that doesn't escape. One thing that doesn't escape is hope.
Ah, very clever. Very clever.
Hope. And that story, I was reading through this again today, for the second time, and it kind of stood out for me. I thought, wow, that's wow.
Well, if you go to space, you can get the New comics, which is based on coffee. Coffee is the theme of the New comics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like coffee.
No, me too.
I will say this. If you like Don Francisco's vanilla nut coffee, I like that, and I like Maxwell House. But the vanilla nut coffee by itself is too much vanilla. It's too sweet. So I mix them half and half. And Maxwell House and the vanilla coffee, and I make a pitcher that lasts me for 4 days.
Oh my gosh!
People don't like cold coffee. I just eat it in the microwave. I'm happy. It works for me. Don't judge me, people.
No, I'm glad you told me that. I'm glad you told me that, because Steve is actually going to be staying with me for a day or two when we go to space, and I will have some kind of coffee for you, because we like coffee, so we will have coffee.
I survived a hotel coffee in San Diego last week. I can survive anything, and I'm sure your coffee is superb.
It's way better than San Diego coffee, I can tell you that. All right, we better get busy here, or we're going to run out of time.
Yep.
All right, what do you want to look at? Oh, yeah. This
Alan
is
Sissom.
Alan Sissom's fanzine checklist. What's kind of cool about this is what it really is just a listing of
what's available out there.
What's available? Comics, their addresses, a little bit about them, not much, because he has other zines that go into detail on them. But this one is designed for a fast look. You want to buy something? Check it out. Look in here. You got all the info, and you can buy it. It's just
and there's Zombie Dave. There's Zombie Dave right there.
There's Zombie Dave, a friend of ours. We like Zombie, and we also like the guy that draws it, Matt
Decker. Yep. And the thing about it is, Alan, he's very prolific. He puts out a lot of comics.
There they are.
Things. Yeah, there they go.
There they are, right on the back.
Imagination Link, Xenology Report.
And these are all based on, they're all based on zines and comics, but they have more detail in some of these than this one. This one is a quick, get your information and order the comic.
And he does what we do. He does his best to promote the small press comics around.
Everything he can do.
The great small press comics out there. Now, in the second issue of this, fanzine checklist number 2, though, he puts a little bit more of his own personality in it.
I see there's a little more description in this one. Not a lot, but a little, and he still gets a lot of comics jammed into here,
Let me see what he says here.
It's like this.
Here we go. Madam Boogala number 2. Madam Boogala number 2 from Larry Johnson.
And Tales of the Broken Bee is in here. That's Larry Johnson's also.
And
so these are $2 a piece.
Alan says, "Damn, Larry sure knows what he's doing. Well worth buying." And little comments like that.
Who would ever say Larry knows what he's doing?
Larry knows what he's doing.
Oh.
He talks about Mary Solinsky and the Wonder Kitty from Joe.
Well, we got a little info on that here in our own show here.
And he says on heavy gloss paper, he says, They mean business here.
Yep, they
And
do.
it's those little comments like that that are sprinkled throughout that I appreciate. It's not just the listing. It's not that boring, people. It's actually very interesting.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
but when he throws his own personality in there,
yeah.
it makes it entertaining.
Well, we'll have all his info down in the description so you can order a couple of these.
Yeah, and be sure you tell Alan his birthday was like a few days ago, so be sure you tell him happy birthday when you order his comics.
Oh yeah, or yeah. He won't
If
send
it's
them
not
to you. He won't send them
right,
to you if you don't tell him happy birthday.
that's right.
So, what else we got here? What do you
Well,
got?
we got Yeet. We got Yeet
Yeet.
Presents.
We got Yeet Presents, and that's the action hero Steam, Susie Steam. Look at that artwork.
Fantastic.
Believe that? Look at that.
This from Shane Luttrell.
Shane Luttrell is the editor and producer of the.
Did he draw that cover? Did Shane draw that cover?
No,
I think he didn't.
No, he didn't. The artist that does the first story did that, I believe.
Yeah, and I can't remember. I apologize.
Sometimes.
Okay, there is some art by Shane. The inside front cover.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah,
this one is drawn by Shane.
Oh, that is. Okay, I didn't catch that. All right.
Shane did draw this one.
Art by Shane Luttrell. Very good, of course.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Does some great work. Look at that.
Full color on the inside front cover with colors by Steve Shipley. And logo by Tom Orzechowski. But that's great. That's really nice. The story inside of the story.
This is by Ken Bastard.
Ken Bastard.
Yeah.
Look at that. Written by Shane Luttrell, drawn by Ken Bastard. Story's called Christmas. Look at that gorgeous.
Some really nice artwork here.
Artwork there.
Yeah. I'll get a little more into the middle of it. I don't want to give too much away, but look at all this.
It's interesting. Yeah, Susie Steam, she's out there in space and she receives a distress call.
Yeah.
From someone, and this guy is out there, Frank Alice. He's on his aircraft out there with his daughter, and his daughter is incapacitated. She's handicapped. And he's traveling with his wife and daughter, and something happens here.
Well, of course.
They've sustained some damage.
It wouldn't be much of a comic if something didn't happen.
And while Susie has a pet, looks like a German Shepherd. She runs off without the pet, and a harrowing space jump through an asteroid field. There she goes. You can hear it, but the pet, she's picking up the sound of her doggie going arf, 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 arf in the background.
Yeah.
And she's off to try to help make things right. This is interesting. It's an adventure story. It's a science fiction story, and something happens. She is attempting to rescue this family. There's a freak cosmic storm that occurs. Look at this artwork by Ken Bastard, man. This guy
is just excellent. Yeah, really good. Really good.
Dynamic, dramatic, just beautiful. The inks are beautiful. I mean, it's really nice.
Yeah.
And the daughter is transformed.
Yeah, right there in that illustration.
Suddenly, she's not handicapped anymore. She is incredibly powerful and in line with the cosmic forces around her. She's become part of it all.
There's a big explosion too. Spectacular.
Great special effect.
Yeah.
Got to thank the letterer for that.
Yeah.
That looks like it was probably Ken Bastard as well.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Anyway, cosmic, sort of a, you could say a cosmic kind of a.
Then the trademark, the good old trademark of Yeet. The other, you go back here, you got to turn it over
Right.
to do it, to read it.
But before you turn it over, I did want to say
Oh, okay. I'll go back.
Yeah, because Kevin Gleason does this thing, Roomies.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Gleason.
You go from detailed cartooning to very simple cartooning. Very funny.
Yeah, it's pizza night, which falls right in line with the beginning of this
the Domino's
video.
pizza. I wish they would sponsor us, by the way, since you love it. But here's Roomies.
Yeah, these guys disagree about pizza too.
Yeah.
So they're arguing about what kind of pizza, and you can see they get this one guy, this guy here, over, where's he at? Right here. This guy. He's mad if he doesn't get the pizza exactly the way he wants it. I told you, those pizza maniacs are out there.
Pizza is a very serious business. There's no fooling around. You cannot, have pineapple and jelly beans and all that on pizza.
Oh my gosh, jelly beans.
Yeah.
I have had pineapple on pizza. That's not too bad.
Well, that's not pizza.
Now there's something else on this side here.
Here's a picture of the Chicago. Look at that, the Chicago Theater.
1939, organized crime in Chicago is out of control. In a desperate attempt to get a handle on the situation, police commissioner organizes a team of volunteer police officers wearing costumes, but they're not necessarily superpowered. And
no, it's just a costume. You're right. But I was going to say, I've been in the Chicago Theater many, many times.
Look at
it's
that.
Still there. And all the big movies used to be there back when movies were important. Years and years ago.
Gary Cooper is on the marquee.
Yeah. Well, that was in the days, of the superstars and
the classic 1940s.
The guys that were on contract with movie studios and all that, and made one movie after another.
Yeah. So
this is a police story, but they wear costumes,
like and the Red
superheroes. Yeah.
And the writer is an artist is Mark Wyrostik, and then Shane Luttrell lettered this. Good job on the lettering. And there's a lot of action here. Yep. A lot of action.
All kinds of stuff going on.
Yeah. And
here's a coming soon, The Dark Glove.
Yeah.
Coming soon to Yeet.
Mike Jones, script and art. So that's Mike Jones.
And that looks like to me, a superhero. However, I'm not sure. You never know. They might wear a costume and not be a superhero.
And he mentions Red Ram and Lady Justice also on that one page. So something's coming up with here. Coming soon to Yeet, it says the Second City Sentinels.
The Second City Sentinels, coming soon. Mike Jones, Tim O does the letters, and Alex Moore the colors.
That would be Orsakowski again, I think.
Yeah.
Tom Orsakowski, if that's the one. If it says Tim, no, it's Tom Orsakowski. Yeah, he does the letters, and he's a terrific letterer. There's a letter column in here, a letter from Dave Sim of Cerebus.
Oh, we're going to hear about Dave Sim from Bob Corby when he comes. There's a story he'll want to talk about. So make sure you're here. Because we will be talking a little bit about Dave Sim.
I think I had the first 40 or 50 issues, something like at one time.
Of Cerebus?
Yeah, so I was a huge fan of Dave Sim.
Oh, yeah.
And
anyway, the other side, other half of the book is Sonar Man.
Sonar Man.
It's an interesting story about Sonar Man. It's all right here on the inside cover.
Yep.
It's a little too long to read the whole thing, but Alex Vander Tuck, I think that may be how you say it, Vander Tuck, started this when he was 16 years old.
In 1980.
1980.
Yep.
And it's been on and off, you know, like everybody.
Yeah.
Get away from it, you come back, you can't keep away from it. But anyway, I think this story, if I understood it right, was drawn in 2021. Is that what you got out of that, Steve? I think that's.
He says that this was a 6-page story, a comic that ended in 1981. He picked up a pencil again in 2018.
Right, but down on the bottom, I get the idea. Where did I see that? Oh, sonar system in a costume to fight evil seemed to make more sense by May of 2021. Hope you enjoy this new tale. So I think this is 2021.
Yeah.
From 2021.
And it's a fun, it's kind of I don't know if it's a rehash or a new art.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But not as sophisticated as some of the other stuff.
It's true small press, I would say. That is
loaded with
action, loaded with small press.
Mm-hmm. Plenty of heart and soul under this. It's an exciting story.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking through here.
Kind of a bad guy there. Look at that guy. He got to be a bad guy, you know?
Yeah, he's says he was invited. He's hearing voices. He says, "I am your mover." Now, coincidentally, okay, this guy is preparing to make a move, like from one place to another, and this shadowy guy pops up and says, "I'm your mover," like he's going to help him. But he's clearly not your typical mover. There's something else going on here.
No, I've seen some moving company guys. They don't look like that.
Well, the actual moving company guy pops up on the next
There's a moving company guy,
yeah. So, wait a minute. I thought the other guy was a mover. Who are you?
Yeah, the other guy may have been moving some stuff. But
clever.
And keeping it.
Clever twist. In any case, the Mr. Jones, the hero of the story, in the house, these two dressers, like, you know, come apart, and there's a tunnel. There's a gateway that leads downstairs below the house in which he was living. So, of course,
there's a stairway.
Right, he ventures down there.
Yep.
And
there's what he finds.
There's a voice down there. "Good morning, Dr. Jones. Welcome to a new..." And there you go. There you go. It's found like looks like something out of maybe like Iron Man or something like that, where there's a whole, everything is laid out for this guy. That's a full-page picture too. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool because of the perspective and everything that the artist gives there. And
there's a lot more to it. We just can't give away everything, but it's a pretty cool story.
But you know, this discovery leads to, well, I can show you this much.
Okay. All right.
You know he's going to be a superhero. You know this is going to happen.
Yeah, right. There he is.
And there it goes.
There he is. Yeah.
Joyfully flying upwards to face the new adventures that are certain to come.
Yeah. Yeah. And we got Bill and Nadine.
Yeah, Bill Messner Aloves. Yeah.
Yeah, the one arm, unfortunately, the one-armed artist. But there he is. You can see him.
He's a heck of an artist.
Yep.
I'll tell you
look
that.
at that.
And I guess that's him with his wife there.
I'm thinking that's his wife. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is really the romantic adventures of Bill and Nadine. That's super nice.
Yeah, and he's got a little sample here of some of his artwork here.
Yeah, and he has a Patreon page, and he mentions how you can get a drawing from Bill.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go, like those drawings.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
Anyway,
great issue.
Another fine issue of Yeet Presents.
I don't know the price. I do not know the price on this. Do you see a price? I did not see a price anywhere.
No, and he's probably told us before, Mike, I'm sorry, we don't see the price on. We're
Yeah.
old guys, so we have short-term.
We're always looking for the price, but we don't.
It's
So
probably
you contact him. I'll give you the
$6 or $7.
information,
Mm-hmm.
and you contact him, and you can order one.
And there's a Patreon page too,
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
it says you right here. Contact us. You can just send them an email. yeetpresents@gmail.com.
Oh, okay. But I got his address and everything, so I'll put that down there.
A lot of the finest artists and writers that are out there today in the small press, no kidding, are associated with Yeet.
Yeah, I have the next issue of Yeet, and it's very good. Now, Steve didn't get his yet, so we can't do it, but I have mine.
So, can you show it? Can I see?
No, I'm not gonna. No, we're not gonna show it. We got to get them to subscribe, and they'll have to see it next time.
That's not fair to me.
No,
okay,
it's
never
not.
mind.
You gotta tease them. You have to tease them.
Right. And then tease them.
All right, we got another one.
We do have one more.
We have Mary Selinsky and the Wonder Kitty.
And the Wonder Kitty, which will be renamed with the next issue.
Yeah, I heard that.
Improbable Girl.
The Improbable. I forgot. The Improbable. I think it's the Improbable Girl.
Yeah, the Improbable Girl.
It won't be it'll still be Mary Selinsky plus the Improbable Girl, which will still be the Wonder Kitty, right?
Right.
Not a different person. I don't think.
The Wonder Kitty is Nico. So it didn't seem right to Joe Ellie Carrales to have Mary Selinsky by her civilian name and Nico by her superhero name.
Oh, so he wanted to change that.
Match them up. So the next issue, improbable as it sounds, will be the Improbable Girl and the Wonder Kitty.
Oh, I thought the Wonder Kitty was being replaced by the Improbable Girl. Now I had that backwards.
No,
I had it backwards.
Mary Selinsky the Improbable Girl.
I got you. Okay.
Where's my water?
I don't know.
Water right here.
Maybe in the faucet.
All this talking about small press comics, you get darn thirsty, people. Your throat gets parched.
Yeah, and you have to drink water, which is actually vodka, but I'm not gonna tell anybody that.
But I always put that much water in there so people won't notice.
Yeah.
A little bit right there.
Oh my gosh.
Plus I have allergies. I get congestion.
Yeah.
If you ever try those like Mucinex and all that stuff, let me tell you something. And I work in a pharmacy too, so I know about this stuff.
Yeah, I know you're a doctor.
Well, I'm a pharmacy technician. I'm not a pharmacist, but I work for the pharmacist. But Mucinex doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
Nope.
Oh. Okay.
Overhyped nonsense. It only works. I'm sorry. I'm knocking stuff out.
You knocked yourself out.
I got knocked out.
Steve, come back. Come back.
What happened?
You know, that was the Mucinex people. You should never have said that.
Better stop the video for a minute. We'll fix this.
Oh, boy. Well, that was exciting. Steve was drinking a bottle of vodka, and all of a sudden he disappeared.
Yeah, must be really good vodka if it makes that happen.
It comes in a water bottle. But
I was talking about Mucinex.
Yeah, and you said it didn't work, and as soon as he said that, he went off. The screen went blank.
Right. The prescription drug companies attacked, man.
Yeah,
they kicked us right out of the water. That's blatant censorship. And
man,
what can I say?
Watch what you're saying about these. The drug companies are pretty powerful.
They rule.
Apparently, they can hear every word you're saying.
Yeah, so be careful. By the way, I love Mucinex. It works so well.
Yeah. You stayed on that time. Yeah.
Let me just tell you, drink lots of water. If you have a congestion, drink lots of water. That'll do it.
Okay, doctor. Thank you. Now, we were talking about Mary Selinsky and the Wonder Kitty.
And the Wonder Kitty. Joe Ellie
This is issue number 5. I believe.
Yeah, and this is a long story, and apparently it was planned for. The story was so big that he couldn't put it all in one issue. Joe Ellie Carrales.
And this is This is a 36-page issue.
Right, and there's going to be
So-
another part. They had to make it this part 2 of the story that started last issue, and the part 3 will be out in May. The
Now
Heist.
it's full color. Remember, all of his comics
Yeah.
are full color.
And let's see, written by J.L. Barrera and Joe Eli Carrales the third, illustrated by Joe Eli Carrales. And you can recognize Joe's distinctive style.
Yeah.
All of the artwork.
Yeah, you always can tell his work.
Yeah. I like all the cool logos and stuff here, the cool lettering and stuff that he has in there. And there's a lot of lettering. There's a lot going on in the story, and there's quite a lot of dialogue this time.
Yeah, there is. It's a lot. Yeah, it'll take you a little while to read this. There's a lot of dialogue, a lot going on.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, one of the things that he does, if I can find it. Oh yeah, look at the helicopter. Look at the helicopter illustration. I don't know if that was something he actually drew, or maybe it's a paste up, but I think he drew that.
Might be.
And there are other airplanes in here that are very realistic looking. They're really cool.
Yeah. And then there's this truck.
Yeah.
And then
right
there's
there.
This truck. I don't think he pasted that one in.
No, that's a drawing for sure.
But
but look at the cockpit of the airplane and everything. See that?
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
That's really nice.
And these girls, I'm trying to correct me if I'm wrong. The two girls work in a mailroom, but they are captains in the Air Force.
They've only been in the Air Force for like 6 months.
But one of them,
in the mailroom,
at least one of them is a captain. She's referred to as a captain. But I think maybe could it be the Air Force Reserves and they still maintain their regular job in a mailroom?
This has something to do with the fact that they have these superpowers.
Well, yeah, but I guess, but
it's rather complicated. They have
it is complicated.
In the Air Force. They have friends in the Air Force, and they have enemies in the airport.
Yeah, they got accused of something we know they didn't do, but they're accused of it. So that's part of the story here.
Well, there's an antique sort of a stone that's they're
in a museum.
They were hired to protect this antique in the museum, and something happened. Something knocked them out. They were both unconscious all night long.
That's in the last issue.
Right.
This is part 2.
Right. This takes up where that leaves off.
That story left
off.
They
were discovered asleep in the museum, and the stone is gone, and so they accused.
Hey, you did it then, right?
It.
Yeah.
Right.
But they're I can guarantee you they didn't do it. So how about that?
Okay, let me see if I can get the names right. We got a captain.
There's a lot of names.
Admiral Wolinski or General Morelli.
General Wolinski is
General Morelli.
No, I'm sorry. You're right, Morales. I don't know where I got that. But he's not a nice guy.
He's a jerk.
The general. Yeah, he's a jerk. Yeah.
He's trying to get him.
He won't even listen to any other opinion except that the girls did it. That's the only thing he'll listen to. He won't even entertain any other possibility.
Right. And there's Major General Carrales, who is their good friend.
Yeah.
And he's not in this issue. He was in the last issue, so things went well. He's out of this issue, so things are going terrible.
But they have another friend from England. And you can tell he's from England. Look at the sideburns.
Right, the sideburns.
Yeah. He's from the British Air Force.
Yeah.
He's a friend of theirs. And he helps them out.
Great Scott, these two birds are bloody superheroes.
See, the word bloody. That tips you off right there.
What do they say, like in England? What do they say, like, lovely, lovely?
Lovely, bloody.
How was that?
Bloody, lovely.
Bloody, lovely.
We know all that stuff.
I don't know about these English people, man. They talk funny. You ever notice that?
Do you want to get cut off again?
No. Look, my ancestors came from over there. It's not my fault that I speak better than they do.
Yeah. Anyway, this story goes on and is extremely complicated. I'm going to tell you that. It just is.
Really complicated.
Now, when you get into a little farther, the Wonder Kitty turns into the Wonder Kitty.
Yeah, she turns into a cat.
But I have a question about the Wonder Kitty, and I don't know if I can show it on here close enough so you can see it. But I'm going to try. You see the Wonder Kitty there?
I see it. What page is that?
I don't know.
That's okay. Just
page 14.
14.
14. Now look,
I got it.
Am I seeing this right? Is there a kitty on the side of her head? Well, not in that one, but I think there is.
There's something coming out the side of her head. Looks like a little happy face.
Wait a minute. I think it's a cat, though. I gotta find that again. Yeah, I need my glasses. I can't see a thing here. Uh-oh. I don't know if I can reach it.
This is what you're watching a video from a couple of old guys, people. You know, I
can't
see far. I can't see near.
Yeah, I can see far, but I can't see close. But I want to find this.
Surgery.
I think this is important. I could swear there's a cat on the side of her head in some of these things.
It looks like there's something on the right side, just something like peering out from behind her head.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be an earphone, or maybe you want to say it's a little teeny cat person.
Okay. Now look at this. You see that close up? That is a cat coming out of her head.
It is on the right side of her head. I see it.
Yes. Now maybe it wasn't earlier, but it is there. What is that? Why is that there?
Is that part of her glasses?
Joe, you got to tell us. Joe has got to tell us what that's about. Because if it was in there, I missed it.
No, I don't know why. There's a little teeny kitty cat on the right side of her head.
On her head, yeah.
Or right side to us, on her left side of her head to her.
Yeah. But that's what it is. And I'm
anyway.
Yeah.
So these two are being pursued. There's an escape. Aided by their friend, what's his name, Percy?
The guy from Britain, England.
The guy from Britain is Percy Barker, I guess, something like that.
Yeah.
And he helps them to escape. Now, all of a sudden, they're on the run. They're criminals, but they're not criminals because they didn't commit the crime.
They didn't do anything, but they're running anyway because nobody will believe them.
Right, and this General Morales, he's a moron, and he's chasing after them, and he has no morals, no morals, and
and no morals either.
I'm grasping for jokes here, people, but they do they're escaping, and what happens? Something happened. What's on page 20? I remember page 20.
Okay, page 20. Okay, let me go back. Page 20.
That must.
There's a little shack. Yeah.
Percy, this guy Percival, this Captain Barker, and Marie Solinsky, and it's interesting because she is the improbable girl.
Yeah.
And she has powers that are comparable to like Supergirl. I mean, she's. You know,
but they don't always use them.
Speed and power and strength and everything. She doesn't use them almost in this entire issue.
I know they don't use them. I don't know why.
You might consider the weaker of the two would be the Wonder Kitty, except she can turn into a lion or she can turn into a little pussycat.
Yeah.
But she's the only one who displays her powers in there. As they're on the run, the improbable girl doesn't do anything other than. She's letting they're trusting this Captain Barker, Percy, but the thing is that Percy and the improbable girl Marie Solinsky don't get along. They argue for pages and pages and pages. They just keep arguing, and then the funny part is, and there's a part where the other two, the two super heroines. You know, they get tired. This time they fall asleep of their own accord. They're not, nobody's trying to steal anything. They just got exhausted.
Sick of listening to him.
Now, while
Yeah.
they're asleep, this guy is saying, look at this. He says, look at them. At least they seem to be sleeping peacefully. And even though he's been arguing with Maurice Zelinsky, and then he says this. He's I guess he's thinking to himself. He says, why can't you be like other birds I know, Maurice Zelinsky? And he says, who am I kidding? You're one of a kind. I wouldn't want you to be any sort of common. I wish we could just actually talk to each other right proper. Then I could tell you, well,
Uh-oh, look
he's
out. He's falling
smitten
for
with her.
her. Yeah.
Yeah, he's falling in love with her. That's a nice plot twist.
Yeah.
And very well written. Very well
Mhm.
written. By J.L. Barrera and Joe
And
Carrales.
yeah, they collaborate on this.
Yeah,
And,
so that's a surprise.
yeah. Well, I'm trying to go.
Towards the end, they get to change into civilian clothing. Well, they're still on the run. I mean, they try to turn
Yeah.
off. They're off in a plane, and they make it look like they jumped the plane and landed on a train, and the train is going across the country. And so this general is, and his entourage, whoever the bad guys that associate with him, they're looking for them on a train, but they've misled them. They've gone off in the other direction, and they're on a plane. And I'm giving away a lot of the story.
Yeah, don't give away too much. But I did notice something. Back to the cat again, the kitty. I got it. So
yeah.
The kitty, the yellow thing we saw on the side of the kitty was still the kitty. See, the face is yellow here.
Yeah, it is. Little kitty.
So earlier when we thought it was not the kitty, it was. It was another kitty just with a yellow face. And here, she has a hat on also, which she didn't have on earlier.
Yeah, she wears glasses as a kitty too.
Yeah. A nearsighted kitty. Yeah. And then there's the People's Journal at the end, which gives you some information about the next issue coming up, which will be in summer of 2023.
Yeah. And there's letters here.
Oh, wait a minute. That's not right. This is about issue 3. I'm sorry. This is about issue 3 from February. Now, this is issue 5, so I don't know why that. Yeah, but that's about issue 3, the journal.
The next one comes out in May, I think. And they got some letters here from Jeff Wood, old pal Jeff Wood. He was once the chairman of the UFO way back. Back in the late 80s, yeah. And now they got a little short interview, it looks like, with Steve Shipley.
Steve Shipley right there.
Our pal. Steve Shipley.
Our pal Steve.
At the end there.
So he has that interview. So there's all kinds of stuff in here.
Yeah.
Big book, a lot of stuff, everything in color. The UFO checklist is in here on the back because he is a member of the UFO.
He is now. He announces that in the issue.
And we also, don't forget, Steve is the chairman, and this is the UFO newsletter.
Oh yeah, I took that out. Just before, I was at working at a frantic pace to get to San Diego for that vacation.
Oh, that's right.
A couple of weeks ago, and I was pulling out all the stops to get this
trying to
get.
On time. Oh, this thing is thick. This is a lot in there, man.
John Muller front cover.
Very cool cover.
Terrific artist.
And Verl Bond, is that the back? Verl Bond?
Verl Holt Bond did the back cover. And well, thank you for mentioning this. So there's a lot of cool stuff in this. You know,
all kinds of articles. Yeah.
I got Tony Lorenz, my pal Tony Lorenz. He sent me something, a note, and he said, wanted to tell you what a great job on the new tetragrammaton fragments.
Tetrags, yeah.
He says, the production is fantastic. The issue has lots of great columns that are very interesting to read. The one I really look forward to is John Muller's column Tooltips. Cover's amazing. Rob Cooley comic in every issue. So
Tooltips, there it is right there. See, I turned right to it.
And you mentioned that one too, didn't you, before, I think?
I don't know if I did, but I I just happened to turn to it when you said it.
Cool Tips by John Muller, who did the cover.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he gives you information on,
lettering and graphics.
Yeah, the tools you can use to make a really high quality small press comics.
Mm-hmm.
So a number of people have mentioned that they really like this column, and I didn't ask him to do this. He just does it, and it's very informative.
There's also comics in there. There you go.
That's there you go. That's Rob Cooley right there.
Mm-hmm. So you
Comics
got
and columns.
Comics, columns, artwork. It's all in there.
And I don't know if you need a QR code, there's a QR code there if you want to find something cool.
Uh-huh. Oh, be nice.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah. And
of course the main thing is the checklist at the back.
The comic you just showed was Jason Bullock.
Oh, okay. And you have the UFO checklist, which has members' comics in here.
I'm glad this issue turned out pretty good.
It really,
all the members
pretty impressive.
All the members, Tom Felrath, Larry Johnson, Rob Imes, everybody, Dave Kling, Joseph Moore, Joseph Morris, everybody pulled out the stops and sent in some really nice work. And it was a pleasure to publish their works.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only going to do this for like maybe 4 more issues. I'll do the chairmanship until the end of this year. And somebody else is going to need to take over. I've been doing it for 3-4 years now.
Ooh,
and I've done it many times in the past. I've been chairman on and off.
Yeah.
For 50 years.
Wow.
Got to take a break sometime. I got something I want to publish. I got a new issue of that I want to publish. One of my anthology comic, and so it'd be nice to have a little more time to work on something like that. I tried to retire, but they wouldn't let me retire.
Wow.
They need me, and I said, okay, I'm going to cut back to 3 or 4 days a week. And they're like, no, we need you, man. We need you.
Well, give me a raise. Tell them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The money's good.
Well, good.
So I'll hang in there a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I do want more time to just spend working on small press and stuff. Also working on other creative pursuits like my music and stuff like that. So
yeah. Yep.
But this is a creative pursuit.
Yes, it is. Really creative.
Yeah.
And I have a new comic book coming out in just a couple of weeks. I'm going to have the 19th Century Detective, 32-page comic book, a couple extra pages after that in there, but maybe 36 pages altogether. But that will be coming out in a couple of weeks. So
somebody else is involved with that. Who's helping you with that?
Tom Ahern did the layout. Yeah. I mean, not the layout. He did the inks. And Tom Felrath did the layout.
You can't lose.
2 guys that really helped me a lot, I'll tell you. Really
That's a winning team for sure.
Yeah. So I was excited about that. It took a while. We've got it done. It's off to the printer. And I'll be, like I say, I think it takes them 2 weeks to print it. So I just sent it off. So
I got to say something about Tom Felrath. Not only, and this guy was gone. Wait a minute, his headphones don't reach that far.
Uh-oh.
Tom Felrath was in the UFO a long time ago, like the 80s, the early 80s, and then he vanished from the small press for like 3 decades.
Yeah, I know that.
He popped up recently, and he's knocking out great stuff, The Patriot and
Strange Things,
and the other stuff that he's putting out. He's doing a great job, and he's helping me out. He jumped in and decided he would help out with the UFO awards. There are awards for the best UFO publications for the last year or so. And we used to do this every year, but it's gone by the wayside. Tom revived it.
Wow.
Came up with this. This is the ballot that Tom came up with. Only UFO members can vote for these awards. Yeah,
you can win a saucer?
And that was his idea. That's Tom's idea. It's called the saucers. The saucers. But UFO awards have been done on and off since the early 1970s. And here we are again. And so a lot of cool people are nominated for these awards. Joe Eli Carrales, Joseph Morris, Alan Sissom, Larry Johnson, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, how do you pick one out of that? Yeah, that'd be hard.
That's something the results will be coming up soon.
Mm-hmm.
You find out just who the members think are the best publications that were published in the last year or so.
Cool.
So.
Okay, well, I think we have done it. We're at the point of an end of another episode. So we're going to be signing off. Don't forget, next time, probably about a week, we'll be back on with Tom Corby.
Bob Corby.
Tom Corbett, Space Cadet. Bob Corby, Space Producer. That's how that works.
Yeah. We already reviewed Tom Felrath. That was a while
Tom
back.
Felrath is somebody else. And then, and then Tom Ahern is another guy.
That's another guy.
Yeah.
A lot of talent.
So we will say, I guess, goodbye.
Adios, people.
Adios.